Hey everyone, Dr. Jenn here, wanting to share with you some of the FLIA stories that are coming through since I've been talking about this on Facebook and Instagram and Clubhouse and through email and in person and through classes. And well, I've been talking about it a lot if you can't tell. And I am blown away by the stories that people are sharing with me. Things that to recognize that, yes, Kelly and I created FLIA together, that we co-created that, and that it changed things for us, that we are in a happy, healthy relationship of almost 4 years, having just celebrated our 4th wedding anniversary last week. And then recognizing that it's working so well in that area of our life that we can apply it to other areas, whether it's for ourselves individually, or I've been applying it to my business, I've been applying it to my health, dropped 55 pounds and moving and shaking and just really feeling good in my body. And, Kelly's doing something similar. But then the stories start coming in, and I want to share some of them with you. A woman who just the other day, she's a caregiver for her mom. She's been a caregiver for her mom, the primary caregiver, for over a year now. And she recognized that she was starting to not feel good about that, and that it felt icky, like an obligation. And she didn't like that feeling either. And after a conversation with FLIA, that she started to apply the principles of FLIA, she came back and she's like, it's lighter, it's fun. She's like, I'm looking forward to spending time with her in a way that I have not in a long time. And along with that, I'm taking care of myself too. Because her health, focusing on her mom's health, her health had fallen away. And she's like, I committed to, and I've been following through on moving more. And I got on the elliptical machine that's been looking at me for weeks now. I followed through, and it's because of FLIA. I had somebody else, friends that she hadn't seen in a long time because of COVID had reached out. She was living in a new area, and they wanted her to come out, and she was nervous and anxious about it because it's a place that she hadn't gone, and it was people that she hadn't seen in over 2 years because she had moved, and she was hesitating. But she's like, I took what we had been talking about with FLIA, and she's like, I decided it was going to be a new adventure, and that it could be fun, and that it would be loving to me to connect with others. And she's like, I can't wait because I'm intentional. And she's like, we made plans to get together again because it was such a good time. Another woman was saying, and like, I get goosebumps thinking about this one, that she's using it and supporting herself and her friend who's in the process of transitioning from this life to another one. And that even though they know that the days together, the days with her still living, are getting fewer and fewer, and her friend wants to take care of some end of life things, that they're using the FLIA principles to navigate that. And they're finding that they're laughing more and loving more, and things again feel lighter in the midst of what can be a really challenging and hard time. Let's see. Somebody using it for negative self-talk, that they are applying the principles, and they're taking the time that when they recognize that they're engaging in negative self-talk and they're being mean or judgmental or critical to themselves, that they're like, okay, wait a minute, this is a FLIA moment. And they stop and they ask themselves what they need. Is it fun? Is it love? Is it being intentional? Or is it showing up in the energy of adventure with a new perspective and looking at what can be exciting? Like, wow. Somebody who's been in a relationship who are now using FLIA to have conversation with the person that they love and are planning dates. Somebody else said that while there's been a lot of trauma in their life, that they're using FLIA to love themselves and take care of themselves, and then reminding themselves that even though there are things that have been traumatic going on around them, that they can choose to have fun too. Oh, somebody else who said, I love Brene Brown, and I love and know how important it is when she says, we've got to normalize discomfort. And she's like, I'm choosing to be intentional, using FLIA to be intentional about normalizing discomfort and choosing to look at things as an adventure, and how can I love and support myself and have fun in it while I'm doing it. Like, wow. And, I've got this whole list that I could just go on with. So I'm sharing this with you because have you joined FLIA? Have you said, yes, I want fun, love, intentional adventure in my life? And if you have said yes, are you applying it? Because there are possibilities there. There's a potential there that is available to you, to me, to all of us, that we have not yet fully tapped into. Because again, even though Kelly and I created this, I'm hearing stories that I never imagined that FLIA could have that impact. I mean, yes, I talked about that ripple effect and how it moves from person to person, but some of these stories are blowing me away. So, have you joined? If you haven't, click the link in the email, because we want you part of this movement. We want all of us to be living a fun-loving, intentional adventure. And it starts with this moment. All right, everyone. Love you all. Until I see you next.